battle's lost and won. That will be before the set of the sun. Where the place? Upon the heath. There to meet with Macbeth. I come, Grey Malkin. Pat it calls. Anon. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Covered through the fog and the filthy air.
Can report, as seems by his plight, of the revolt of the newest state.
This is the sergeant, who like a good and hardy soldier fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend, and say to the king the knowledge of the broil, as you did leave it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers cling together. Choked thou art, the merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel for that. Showed like a rebel's whore, draws too weak for brave Macbeth, sustaining fortune with his brandished steel. Like valor's minion, he carved his passage till he faced the rebel, until he unseamed him from the nave to the chaps, then fixed his head upon our battlements.
Valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
Mark, King of Scotland, mark! The Norwegian lords of advantage, refurbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismay not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo.
Yes. As sparrows the eagle or hares the lion, I say sooth, I must report with doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe. But I am faint, my gashes cry for help.
So well your words become you as your wounds. They smack of honor both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
What a haste looks through his eyes. So should he look, that seems to speak things strange.
God save the king. Whence you came, worthy Thane? From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners float the sky, and fan our people cold, with terrible numbers, assisted by the most disloyal traitor, Thane of Cawdor. Began a dismal conflict, point against point, rebellious, arm against arm, curbing its lavish spirit. And to conclude, the victory fell upon us. Great happiness! And Norway's king would not give him the burial of his men until he disbursed $10,000 for general use. No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go pronounce his present death, and with his former title greet Macbeth. I'll see it done. What he has lost, noble Macbeth has won.
The rump-fed runion cried. Her husband too left gone, master of the tiger, been in a sieve, all biz her sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, I'll give thee wish. You are kind, and I another. I shall drain him dry as hay, sleep shall never night nor day. Hang upon his penthouse lid, he shall live a man forbid. Look what I have.
Show me, show me.
Here I have the pilot's thumb. Wrecked as homeward he did come.
A drum! Macbeth doth come. The weird sisters, hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, dust do go about, thrice to thine and thrice to mine and thrice again to make up 9. Peace, the charms wound up.
So, fair and foul a day I have not seen.
How far is it to Forez? What are these so withered and wild in their attire that look not like the inhabitants of the earth, yet are on it? Live you, or are you anything that man may question? You seem to understand me by each at once her chappy finger lying upon her skinny lips.
Speak, if you can, what are you?
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Glands.
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor. All hail Macbeth, you shall be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things if you sound so fair? In the name of truth, are you fantastical, or that indeed which are worldly you show? To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail, hail, hail. Lesser than Macbeth and greater.
Not so happy yet, much happier. You shalt be kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail.
Stay! You imperfect speakers, tell me more. I know I am Thane of Glams, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands no more in the prospect of belief. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence. Speak, I charge you!
The earth hath bubbles as water has, and these are of them. Where have they vanished?
Into the air. And what seemed corporal melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed?
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane roof that takes reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too, went it not so?
To the self-same tune and words. What ho! Who's there?
The king has happily received Macbeth. The news of your successes, as thick as hail, came post to post, and everyone did bear your royal praises in the kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give you from our royal master thanks.
Only to herald you into his sight, not pay you.
And for in earnest of greater honor, he bade me from him to you to call you the Thane of Cawdor. Hail, most worthy Thane, for it is yours.
What? Can the devil speak true?
Gentlemen, the Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who is the thing that lives yet, but under that heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose?
But treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Glams, and Thane of Cawdor. Oh, the greatest is behind. Gentlemen, I thank you for your pains. Do you not wish that your children shall be kings when those that promised Cawdor to me promise no less to them?
That trusted home might yet enkindle you unto your crown, besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes, to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, with honest rifles to betray us. Cousins, a word I pray you.
Two truths are told, as the swelling act of the imperial theme. Cannot be good, cannot be ill. If ill, why hath it promised me the earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion, whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock against my ribs, against the use of nature? Nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner is rapt.
Why, if chance may have me king, chance may crown me without my stir.
New horrors come upon him, like our strange garments cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Gentlemen, I ask your forgiveness. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Let us hold the king. Think on what's chanced, and at some time, you and I will speak our free hearts to each other.
Very gladly.
Till then, come friends.
My liege, they are not yet come back, but I have spoke with one who saw him die. That did report that, very frankly, he confessed his treasons, implored your highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. My worthy cousin, the sin of my ingratitude was heavy on me. But all I have left to say is, more is your due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe, in doing it pays itself. Your highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to do everything safe toward your love and honor.
Welcome. I have begun to plant you, and shall labor to make you full of growing. Noble Banquo, that is no less deserved. Let me enfold you and hold you to my heart.
There if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you, whose places are the nearest, know that we shall establish our estate upon our eldest, Melina, whom we name hereafter the Princess of Cumberland. Its signs of nobleness, like stars, shall shine on all deservers, from hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor,
Princess of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else o'erleap. For in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my deep and dark desires.
true, worthy Banquo, he is full so valiant, and in his accommodations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let's after him, whose care is gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. While I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me and referred me to the coming on of time with Hail, King that shall be. This I have thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that you might not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised you. Lay it to your heart, and farewell. Lambs you are, and Cawdor, and shall be what you are promised, yet I do fear your nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. You would be great. You're not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. what you would highly that you would holily. You would not play false, and yet would wrongly win. Hie thee hither that I may pour my spirits into your ear and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes you from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid have seemed to crown you withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
You're mad to say. Is not your master with him, who, were it so, would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true, our Thane is coming. One of my fellows has a speed of him, who almost dead for breath. There's scarcely more that would make up his message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits, that tend on mortal thoughts. Unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose. Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers. Come thick night and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor having peeped through the blanket of the darkness to cry, hold, hold. Great the lambs, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter. Your letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future's in the instant.
Oh, my dearest love. Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he proposes.
Never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He who's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our days and nights to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Leave the rest to me.
That follows us sometime is our trouble, which still we thank is love. Herein I teach you how you shall bid God yield us for your pains and thank us for your troubles.
All our service, and in every point twice done and then done double, we're poor and single business to contend against those honors deep and broad wherewith your majesty loads our house.
As the Thane of Cawdor, we coursed him at the heels, but his great love, sharp as his spurs, has helped him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, then best it were done quickly. For if his assassination could trammel up the consequences and catch with his surcease success. Oh, why this blow may be the be-all, end-all. But we still have judgment. He's here in double trust. First, I'm his kinsman, and his subject, both strong against the deed. Second, as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, our gracious Duncan hath been so meek, so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. How now, what news?
He is almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
No, you not, he has.
We'll proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Are you afraid to be the same in your own act and valor as you are in desire? Would you have that which you esteem the ornament of life, and live a coward in your own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would like the poor cat in the attic?
Prithee, peace! I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you dared do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. I have given suck, and to know how tender it is to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail.
We fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place. It will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, 2 chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so convinced that memory shall be a few. When in swinish sleep, they're drenched to nature's lie as in a death. But what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon as spongy officers who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted mettle should compose of nothing but males. Will it not be received when we mark with blood those sleepy 2 of his own chamber that they have done't?
Who dares receive it other, when their griefs and clamour shall roar upon his death?
I'm settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible deed. Away, mark the time with fair show. False face must hide what false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
And she goes down at 12.
I take it 'tis later, sir.
Hold. Take my sword. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet it would not sleep. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend.
Why, sir, not yet at rest? The king's abed. He hath fed an unusual pleasure and sent forth great largesse to your office. This diamond he greets your wife with by the name of most kind hostess. I dreamt last night of the three weird sisters. Chew, they've showed some truth.
I think not of them. Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. Belike to you.
Go bid thy mistress stir when my drink is ready. Till then, get thee to bed. Is this a dagger I see before me? His handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I see thee still, yet I hold thee not. Art thou not? Fatal vision is sensible to feeling as to sight. Or art thou a false creation, a dagger of the mind, proceeding from the heat-oppressed frame? Yet I see thee in form as palpable as that which I now draw. Thou marshalst me which way I am going, and which instrument I am to use. And on thy blade and dudgeon, gouts of blood which was not so before. There is no such thing. It is this bloody business which brings you to mine eyes. And now, o'er the one half-world, nature seems dead. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings. Whilst I threat, he lives. Too cold to the deed breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which has made them drunk has made me bold. What has quenched them has given me fire. Hark! Peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sternest good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charges with snores. I've drunk their possets that death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Hark! What ho?
Alack, I'm afraid they've awaked, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark, I laid their daggers ready. He could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did you not speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended.
Aye.
Hark, who lies in the second chamber?
Donalbain.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought, to say a sorry sight.
There's one that laughed in sleep, and one that did cry murder, that they did wake each other. Standing there, I heard them when they did say their prayers, and address them again to sleep.
They're two lodged together.
One did cry, God bless us, and the other amen when they saw me with these hangman's hands.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen when they did say God bless us? I was in most need of blessing. Amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Oh, Macbeth doth murder sleep, the innocent sleep. the sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care. Sore labor's bath, chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more to all the house. Glance doth murder sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
My worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'm afraid to think of what I've done. Look on again, I dare not.
For what purpose? Give me the daggers. The sleepy and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is't me when every noise appalls me? What hands are these? What? Will all of great Neptune's oceans wipe clean this blood from mine hands? No. They would rather the multitudinous seas of Incarnadine, making the green ones red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of the deed. How easy it is then. Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Get on your nightgown, if lest occasion calls us and shows us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best not know myself. Wake, Duncan, with thy knocking! I would thou couldst!
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were poor of Hellgate, he should go wold turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Faith, here's a farmer who hanged himself on the expectations of plenty. Come in, farmer, have napkins enough about you. Here you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith, here's an equivocator who could swear on either scale against the other scale. Who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet cannot equivocate up to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator. Knock, knock. Who's there? Faith, here's an English tailor, come hither. Come in, tailor, here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock, knock. Never had quiet, what are you? Well, this place is too cold for hell. I thought to let in some of all the professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon, I pray you. Remember the porter. Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late? Faith, sir, we were carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things. And what three things does drink provoke? Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir, it provokes the desire but takes away from the performance. It provokes him but takes him away. It sets him on but takes him off. It makes him but it mars him. In conclusion, sir, much drink is said to be an equivocator with lechery. And it makes him lie, sir. I believe drink gave thee the lie. That it did, sir, in the very throat on me. But I requited him of his lie, and I, being too strong for him, made a ship to cast him.
Is thy master stirring? Here he comes, after knocking his way to.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, all.
Is the king stirring, worthy thane?
No, not yet.
Did command me call timely on him. I've almost slipped the hour.
I'll take you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we endure in physics pain. Here's the door.
I will make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service. Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly where we lay. Our chimneys blown down, and as they say, lamentings heard in the air, strange streams of death.
And prophesying with accents terrible of dire combustion and confused events. Nearly hatched to the woeful time. The obscure bird clamoured the livelong night. Some said the earth was feverish and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, har! Har! Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke up the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
What is you say the life?
Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gun. Do not bid me speak. See, and then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Banquo and Donalbain! Melina! Awake! Shake off this downy sleep, dust counterfeit, and look upon death itself! Up! Up and see the great doom's image! As from your graves rise up, and walk like sprites to countenance this horror! Ring the bell!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak, speak.
Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo, Banquo, our royal master's murdered.
Woe, alas! What, in our house?
Too cruel anywhere. Dear Duff, I prithee, contradict yourself and say it is not so.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. But from this moment, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The very wine of life is drawn.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The very head, the fountain, the source of your blood. It stopped.
Your royal father is murdered.
By whom? Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and their faces were bandaged with blood, and so were their daggers, which unwiped we found upon their pillows.
They certain were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, that I do repent me in my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, neutral, all in a moment? No man. My violent love outrun the laws of reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, his gashed stabs like a breach for nature's ruinful entrance. There, the murderers steeped in the colors of their trade. Who could refrain, who had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make love known.
Look to the lady.
Why do we hold our tongues that most may claim this argument for hours?
What should be spoken here? Where our fate, fading in auger hole, and the ocean sees us? Less away. Our tears are not yet brewed.
Nor our strong sorrows upon the foot of motion.
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer in exposure, let us meet to question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. And in the great hand of God I stand. Thence against the undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So all! Let us briefly put on readiness and meet here in the hall together.
Well
contended.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. Out to England.
To Ireland I.
Our separated fortunes shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers and men's smiles. Denier and blood, denier and bloody.
This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore, to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft which steals itself when there is no mercy left.
I remember well. Within wine of this time I have seen hours dreadful and things strange, but this former night hath trifled former knowings.
Ah, good father, you see the heavens as trifled with man's act as it threatens his bloody stage. By the clock, 'tis day, and yet the dark night strangles the traveling lamp.
'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that is done. On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering in her pride of place, was by a mousing owl, hawked at and killed.
And Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain, beauteous and swift, the minions of their own race, broke out their stalls, flung out, as they would make war with mankind.
'Tis said they did eat each other.
They did so to the amazement of my eyes that look upon it. Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world now, sir?
Why, see you not?
Is it known for this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth hath slain.
Alas, the day. What good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Melina and Donalbain, the king's two children, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still. Faithless ambition that will usurp your own life's means. Then, 'tis most like the crown will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Where's Duncan's body?
Carried to Combe Kill, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors and guardian of their bones.
Will you to Scone?
No. Cousin, I'll to fight.
Well, I will go.
And may you see things well done there. Adieu. Lest our old roads sit easier than our new.
Farewell, father.
God's benisons go with you, and with those that would make good of bad and friends of foes.
You have it now. King, Cotter, Glams. All as the weird sisters promised, and I fear you played most foully for it. Yet it was said it should not stand in your posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon you, Macbeth, and their speeches shine, why, by on the verity is only made good. May they not be my oracles as well? But hush. No more.
Here's our chief guest.
He had been forgotten. It had been as a gap in a great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir. I will request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me.
Why do this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
We would have else desired your good advice, which has been both grave and prosperous in today's council. 'Tis far you ride.
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time between this and supper. Go not my horse the better, I must become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or two.
Well, fail not our feast.
I will not, my lord.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing to their cruel parricide, filling their heroes with strange invention. but more of that tomorrow. Hie you to your horse. Adieu. Ghostlian's with you.
Aye, my lord, our time is called upon us.
Well, I wish your horses sure and swift of foot, and I commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time until 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we will keep ourselves until supper time alone. Till then, God be with you. Sirrah, a word with you. Attend those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, outside the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears and Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty reigns that which would be feared. There's none but he whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked. As it was said, Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then, prophet-like, they held him father to a line of kings, put a fruitless crown upon my head, a barren scepter in my grip, and to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine seceding. Rather than so, come fate unto the list, and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Good. Now wait to the door until we call. Was it not yesterday we last spoke together?
It was, so please, your highness.
Well, have you considered of my speeches? How it was he that held you so under fortune, which you had thought had been our innocent self. This I made clear to you, passed in probation with you, how you were born in hand, how crossed the instruments who wrought with them, and to half the soul and notion crazed they thus did Banquo.
You've made it known to us.
Aye, and went a step further, which is our point of second meeting. Do you find patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospel to pray for this man and for his issue, whose hand hath bowered you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye. In the catalogue ye go for men, as hounds, greyhounds, water rugs, demi-wolves, shouts are all collect under the name of dog. The valued file distinguishes the swift, the hunter, the housekeeper, all by that which bounteous nature hath enclosed. And so of men. Now, if you have a station in the file, not in the worst rank of manhood, say it, and I'll put that foul business in your bosom, whose execution take your enemy off, who in his life was sickly, but in his death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world have so incensed that I am reckless to what I do to spite the world.
And I another, so weary with disaster, tugged with fortune, that I would set my lie on any chance to mend it or be rid on it.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So he is mine. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight, I must not, for certain friends that are both his and mine. And thence it is to your assistance I do make love, masking this business from the common eye for weighty, sundry reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Or alive.
Your spirit shine through you. Here I will acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, the moment on't, for it must be done tonight. I always thought that I required a clearness. And with him to leave no rubs nor botches in the works. His son, Fleance, who accompanies him, whose absence is no less material to me than his father's, must embrace the dark fate of that hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We resolve, my lord.
Abide within. Banquo, if thy soul's flight find heaven, it must find it out tonight.
Not had, all is spent, for our desires got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Things without our remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We've scorched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor Malice will live in fear of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint. Both the worlds suffer. Here we will eat our meals in fear and sleep in those terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better to be with the dead whom we, to gain our peace, have sent to peace. Duncan sleeps well. After life's fitful fever, nothing can touch him further. No poison, foreign levy, malice domestic, nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle my lord, sleek over your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love, and so be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence both with eye and tongue, so that our faces may bathe in these flattering streams. Our faces must be visage to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou know'st that Banquo and his Fleance lives.
But then in nature's copy is not eternal.
There is comfort yet. They are assailable. So be thou jocund, ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, and there will be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till so applaud the deed. Come, sealing night, and scoff up the eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand, tear to pieces that very bond which keeps me pale. Thou marvelst at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad by good make themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
But who did bid you join with us?
Macbeth.
He needs not our mistrust.
Then stand with us. The west black glimmers with streaks of day. The near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark! There's horses.
Hey, give us a light there!
Then to see. The rest are in the court.
His horses go about.
Almost a mile, late as usually. So all men do, from hence to the palace gate, make it their walk.
A light! A light!
'Tis he.
Stand.
It will be rain tonight.
Let it come down.
Oh, treachery! Fly, good fleets, fly! You may revenge, good son!
Who did strike out the light?
Was it not the way?
There's but one down. The sun has fled.
We've lost. Missed half of our fare.
We'll let the way and see what he's done.
And bless the hearty welcome. Ourselves will mingle with society and play the humble host. Here, our hostess keeps her state. But in best time, we will acquire her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends. For my heart speaks they of her welcome.
Oh, see how they encounter thee with their heart's thanks. Here I'll sit in the midst. Be large in mirth, anon will drink a measure the table round. There's blood on thy face.
'Tis banquos then.
Better thee within than he without. Is he dispatched?
My lord his throat is cut. That I did for.
Thou art the best of the cut throat. But it's good that your delightful players. Thou didst that thou art anon forever.
For us, sir, please escape.
It comes my fit again. I had else been perfect. Whole as a marble, bounded as a rock, as general and broad as the casing air. But now I'm cabined, grimly confined into saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo's safe.
I, my good lord, safe in the trench he bides, with 20 trench gashes in his head. The least of death to nature.
Well, thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. The one that's fled hath nature that in time will venom breed. Don't keep to the present, and get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
The worthy lord. Not the cheer. Feast is so does not often dazzle. But it's made to give it welcome.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Now, good digestion wait on appetite, and health on both.
May it please your highness to sit.
Here have we now our honest country root, with the grace and person of our Banquo present, whom may I rather challenge for unkindness and pity from his chance.
His absence lays blame against his promise. Please, your highness, grace us with your royal company.
The table's full.
Here's a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What is it that moves your highness?
Which of you have done this?
What, my good lord?
Thou canst not say I did it! Oh, never shake thy gory locks at me!
Gentlemen, knights, his highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary, and upon a thought he will again be well. If you much note him, you shall offend him and extend his passions. Heed and regard him not. Are you a man?
Aye, and a bold one that would look upon that may appall the devil.
Proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said that you did Duncan. These flaws and starts. Imposter's true fear would well become a woman's story at a winter's fire, authorized by her granddad. Shame itself, why do you make such faces? When all's done, you look but on a stool.
Behold, look low! What say you? If thou canst not, then speak too. Why, what care I? If charnel houses and those that we bury back, a monument shall be the maws of kites.
What? Quite a man in folly?
If I stand here, I saw him.
Fie! For shame!
Blood has been shed here now. It was in the olden times when the brain whereof the man would die, and there an end. But now they rise with 20 mortal murders on their crowns and push us from our stools. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
You forget, do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity which is nothing to those that know me. Come, bring me some wine, fill full, and then I'll sit down. To all we thirst, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss, would he were here. To him, and all to all.
Our duties and a pledge.
Quit my sight, thou horrible shadow! Thou hast no speculation in those eyes that thou dost glare with.
Think of this, good friends, but as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare, I dare? Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, the armed rhinoceros or the Hurricane tiger. Take any form but that, and my firm nerves shall never tremble, or be alive again. And if shaking I inhabit then, protest me the baby of a girl. Out, horrible shadow! Unreal mockery, hence! Bang you! Sit still!
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can such things be that push us like a summer's cloud? You make me strange, even to the disposition that I owe, knowing you can behold such sights and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks when mine are blanched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
I pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night, and better health attend his majesty.
A kind good night to all.
It will have blood. They say blood will have blood. Trees have been known to move and stones to speak. And chops and rooks by maggot pies brought forth the secret man of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
How sayst thou that Macduff denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
No. I heard it, but I will send. There's not a one but in his kingdom I keep a servant feed. I will in betimes I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak, for I'm bent to know where the worst means the worst. I'm steeped in blood so far that returning were as tedious as going over. Strange things I have in mind that will to hand, that must be acted, that they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Yes, come. Will to sleep. We are but young indeed.
Listen, Belgians as you are, saucy and overbold. How would you dare to trade and traffic with Macbeth in riddles and affairs of death? And I, the mistress of your charms, the close contriver of all harms, was never called bear my part, or show glory of our art? And which is worse, all that you have done have been for a wayward son, spiteful and wrathful, who as others do, loves for his own ends, not for you. But make amends now. Get you gone. At the pit of Archeron, meet me in the morning. Thither he will come to know his vessel. Your vessels and your spells arrive, your charms and everything beside. I'm for the air this night I'll spend, a dismal and fatal end. Great business must be wrought ere noon, upon the corner of the moon. Hangs vaporous star profound. I'll catch it ere it comes to ground. But still by magic slates shall raise such artificial spraits. He shall spurn fate, scorn death, and bear. He hopes above wisdom, grace, and fear. And you all know security is mortal's chiefest enemy. Hark! I'm called, my little spirit sea. Sits in a foggy cloud and stays for me.
Come, let us make haste before she returns.
My former speeches have but hit your thoughts, which can interpret further. Only I say, things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Marry, he was dead.
There ain't valiant Banquo walk too late. Whom you may say, if it please you, Fleance killed for Fleance fled. That must not walk too late. And who can I want to thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to have killed their gracious father? It's a damn fact.
How it did grieve Macbeth? Did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquents tear, the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep?
Aye, wisely too. For 'twould have angered any heart alive to hear the men denied. So I say, he has borne all things well. And I do think that, had he Duncan's sons under his key, as and please heaven, he shall not, they should find, what it were to kill a father.
So should Fleance, but peace, far from broad words, and because he fails his presence at the tyrant's feast, I hear Macduff lies in disgrace.
The son of Duncan, for whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court.
Thither Macduff has gone to prey upon the holy king, upon his aid to aid Northumberland and warlike steward. We might again give to our tables meat, sleep to our knights.
Sent he to Macduff?
He did, with an absolute sir not I. The cloudy messenger turns me his back.
And Hums, as some could say, you'll rue the time that clogs me with this answer.
And that well might advise him to a caution to hold what distances wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his message ere he come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this, our suffering country, under a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers with them.
Cries, 'tis time, 'tis time. Round about the cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails throw. under cold stone. Days and nights have 31, sweltered venom sleeping got, boiled off first in the charmed pot.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Fillet of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. Adder's fork and blind worm's sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing. For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth, boil and bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulf. Of the raven, salt sea shark, root of hemlock, dig it in the dark. Liver of blaspheming Jew, gall of goat, and slips of ewe. Slivered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk and Tartar's lips. Finger of birth strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab. Make the gruel thick and slab. Amaretto a tiger's children, for the ingredients for a cauldron.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Cool it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good.
Oh, well done. I commend your pains, and everyone shall share in the games. And now, about the cauldron sing, like elves and fairies in a ring, enchanting all you put in.
By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
How now, you secrets black and midnight hags? What is't you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you, by that which you profess, however you come to know it, answer me to what I ask you. Although you untie the winds and let them fight against the churches, though yesty waves confound and swallow navigation up, though the treasures of nature's Germans tumble altogether, even till destruction sickens, answer me to what I ask you.
Speak.
Demand. We'll answer.
Say if you'd rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters.
Call him. Let me see him.
Pour in Sal's blood that hath thee in her 9 Pharaoh. Murderers give it, throw into the flame. Come high or low, thyself in office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power!
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou not.
Macbeth, 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 beware Macduff. Beware the thane of fight. Dismiss me. Enough.
Whate'er thou art, for thy good caution thanks, thou hast taught my fear aright. But one word more.
He will not be commanded. Here's another, more potent than the first.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth.
Had I thy ears, I hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, resolute. Laugh to scorn. No power of man, or none of woman born, shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? But I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of faith. Thou shalt not live. What is this that rises like the issue of a king, but upon his baby brow wears the round and top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not to it.
The lion's mettled, proud, and take no care. Who chafes, who frets, or where conspires are. Macbeth shall never vanquish until great Burnham Wood, to high Dunsany neighing hill, shall come against him.
What? That will never be. For who can impress the forest? Bid the tree unfix its earth-bound root. Sweet bottomance good. Rebellion's head rise, never to the wood of burden rise. And our high-placed Macbeth shall live the lease of nature, paying its time to breath and mortal custom. But my heart yearns to know one thing more. Tell me, if thou art can tell so much, will Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you.
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Down! Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs, and thou are the gold-bound brows like the first. The third is like the former. You filthy hags! Why do you show me this? And here the fourth? What? Will the line stretch out to the crack of doom? Here the seventh. I will see no more. And here the eighth appears. It bears a glass which shows me many more. Some twofold balls and treble scepters carry. Horrible sight! But now I know 'tis true. For our own blood-vaulted Banquo smiles upon them and points at them for his. What? Is this so?
Aye, sir, this is so. But why stands Macbeth thus amazingly? Come, sisters, cheer we up his frights, and show the best of our delights.
I'll charm the air to give a sound while you perform your antic round.
So this great king may kindly say, our duties did his welcome pay.
Where are they? Gone! Let this pernicious hour stand I am cursed in the calendar! Come in without them!
What is your grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride, and damn be those that trust them! I did hear the galloping of horse. Whist came near.
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word. Macduff has fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my good lord.
Time! Thou anticipatest my dread exploits! From this moment on, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. The castle of Macduff I will surprise. Seize upon Fife. Give the edge of the sword to his wife, his babes, and all those foolish enough to follow him in his line. No boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before this purpose cool. But no more sights. Where are these men? Take me where they are.
Right away, my lord.
Patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom? To leave his wife, to leave his babies, his mansion, his titles, in a place from whence himself does fly? He loves us not. He longs for the natural touch. For the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds will take flight, leaving her young ones in the nest, against the owl. All is fear and nothing is love, as little as the wisdom to which this flight so runs against all reason.
My dearest coz, I pray you, school yourself, but for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further. I take my leave of you. Shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at the worst will cease, or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessings upon you.
Fathered he is, yet he's fatherless.
I'm so much a fool. Should I stay longer, it would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Sirrah! Your father is dead. How will you live? What will you do?
As birds do, Mother.
What? With worms and flies?
With what I can get. And so do they.
Poor bird. You should never feel the net nor line. Hit fall nor gin.
Why should I, Mother? Poor birds, they're not set for. My father's not dead, for all you're saying.
Aye, he is dead. What will you do for a father?
How will you do for a husband?
Why, I can buy me 20 at any marketplace.
You'll buy them, just to sell them again.
You speak with all thy wit, yet in faith wit enough for you.
Was my father a traitor, Mother?
Aye, he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that lies and swears.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor, and must be hanged.
Who must hang them?
The honest men.
Then the honest men are fools, for they are liars and swears enough to beat the honest men and hang them up.
Oh, God help thee. Poor monkey, but how will you do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If you would not, that should be a sure sign that I should soon have a new father.
Poor prattler. How you talk.
Be not Bless you, fair dame, I am not to you known. Though in your state of honor I am perfect. If you will take a holy man's advice, I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. Be not found here. Hence with the little ones. I dare abide no longer.
Where should I fly? I have done no harm. I remember now. I am of this earthly world, where to do good is often counted a dangerous folly, and to do harm is often counted lawful. Then why at last do I put on that womanly defense and say I have done no harm? What are these faces?
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified as where you might find him.
He's a traitor.
You lie, you shaggered villain!
What you right? Right, treachery.
He's killed me, Mother! Fly away, I pray you!
Murder! Murder!
And there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let's rather bestride our downfall and birthdom. Each new day, new widow's cry, new orphan's howl, new sorrows strike heaven on the face as though it felt with Scotland and yelled out with syllable of dollar.
What all believe I'll wail, what no believe. What you have spoke, it may be so perchance. This tyrant whose sole name blisters our tongues was once thought honest. I am young, but something you may deserve of him through me, and wisdom to offer a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry god.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil an imperial charge, but I shall crave your pardon. That which you are my thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightest fell. Though all things foul would wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there where I did find my doubts. Why in that wrongness left you wife and child? Those precious motives, those strong knots of love without leave-taking. I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonors, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just whatever I shall think.
Bleed, bleed, poor country. Great tyranny lay thou thy basest shore, for goodness dare not check thee. wear thou thy wrongs. Fare thee well. I would not be the villain that thou thinkst for the whole space that's in the tyrant's grasp and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not as an absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and with each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think with all hands would be uplifted in my rights, and here from gracious England have I of goodly thousands. But after all of this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head, my poor country shall have more vices than ever, more suffer in more sundry ways than before by him that shall succeed.
And what should she be?
It is myself, I mean, and whom I know all the particulars of vice so grafted that when they will be opened, black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow, and poor state esteem him as a lamb being compared to my confineless harms.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned in evils to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking of every sin that has a name. But there is no bottom, none to my voluptuousness. Your husbands, your sons could not fill up the cistern of my lust, and my desire all continent impediments would overbear that did oppose my will. Better Macbeth than such an one to reign.
Boundless intemperance in nature is a tyranny, and it hath been the untimely emptying of the happy throne. But fear not yet to take upon you what is yours. You may convey your pleasures in a spacious plenty, and yet seem cold the time you may so hoodwink. There cannot be that vulture in you, to devour so many as will to greatness dedicate themselves, finding it so inclined.
With this there grows in my most ill-composed affection such a stanchless avarice that were I queen, I should cut off the nobles for their lands, desire his jewels in this other's house, and my more having would be as a sauce to make me hunger more.
This avarice grows deeper, sticks with more pernicious root than summer seeming lust, and it hath been the sword of our slain kings. But do not fear. Scotland hath poisons enough to fill up your will. Of your mere own, all these are portable with other graces weighed.
But I have none of the queen becoming graces. Justice, verity, temperance, stableness, bounty, perseverance, mercy, lowliness, devotion, patience, courage, fortitude. I have no relish of them. Nay, had I power, I should pour the sweet milk of Concord into hell, uproar all universal peace, and confound all unity on earth.
Oh, Scotland! Scotland!
If such an one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live. O nation miserable with an untitled tyrant bloody sceptered, when shalt thou see thy wholesome days again? Since the truest issue of thy throne, by her own interdiction, stands here accursed. Your father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee, oftener upon her knees than on her feet, died every day that she lived. Fare thee well. These evils that thou repeatst upon thyself hath banished me from Scotland. Oh, my breast, I hope, ends here.
Macduff! This noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, and reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. Devilish Macbeth, by many of these trains, hath thought to win me into his power. And not as wisdom plucks me from overcredulous taste, but God deal between thee and me, for even now I put myself to thy direction. And here unspeak mine own detractions, here abjure the taints and blames laid upon myself for strangers to my nature. I am yet unknown to man, and never was forsworn, scarcely have coveted what was mine own. At no time broke my faith, and would never betray the devil to his fellow in delight, no more in truth than in life. My first false speaking was this upon myself. What I am truly is thine and my poor country's to command. Whither indeed, before thy here approach, old Seaward and 10,000 warlike men at a point was already setting forth. Now we'll together, and our chances of goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once 'tis hard to reconcile. See, who comes here?
My countryman.
Ever gentle cousin, welcome hither.
I know him. Good God, soon remove the means that makes us strangers.
Amen.
Stand Scotland where it did?
Alas, poor country, it cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where sighs and groans and shrieks that rend the air are made, not marked, and where violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy.
Oh, relation too nice and yet too true.
What is the newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker, and each minute teems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why, well.
And my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant has not battered at their peace.
They were well at peace when I did leave them.
Be not niggard of your speech. How goes it?
When I came here to transfer the tidings, there ran a rumor of the tyrant's power afoot. Now's the time of help. Your eye in Scotland can help create soldiers, make our women fight to doff the dire distresses.
Be it their comfort, we are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us good seaward and 10,000 men, an older and better soldier none that Christendom gives out.
Would I could answer the comfort with the like, but I have words that would be howled out in the desert air, where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they? The general cause? Or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly let me have it.
Let your ears not despise my tongue forever, which shall possess them with the heaviest sound yet they ever heard.
I guess at it.
Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babes savagely slaughtered.
Merciful heaven! What man? Never pull your hat upon your brow. Give sorrow words. Grief that does not speak whispers the overfraught heart and bids it break.
My children killed too?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must from thence. My wife killed too?
I have said.
Be comforted. Let's make us medicines of this great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones? Did you say all? Oh, Hellkite! All? What? All my pretty chickens and their dam at one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I must also feel it as a man. I cannot help but remember such things that were most precious to me.
Let this be the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart. Enrage it.
Oh, I could play the woman with mine eyes and braggart with my tongue, but gentle heavens cut short all intermission. Front to front, bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself. And if he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This tune goes manly. Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long which never finds the day.
No truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw upon her nightgown, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write on it, read it, afterwards seal it, and return to bed, yet all this in a most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature, to receive at once the benefit of sleep, and yet to the effects of watching. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, doctor, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Nor to you, nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo you, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
How came she by the light?
Why, it stood by her continually. 'Tis her command.
But you see her eyes are open.
Aye, but their senses shut.
What is it she does now? Look, she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her to seem thus washing her hands. I've known her to continue this in a quarter of an hour.
Yet, here is the spot.
Hark! She speaks. I will set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Out and spot. Out, I say. 1, 2. Why then, it's time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie. A soldier and afraid. What need you fear who knows it when no one can call our powers to account yet? Who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
The thing if I've had a wife. Where is she now? What will these hands never be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You'll mar all with this starting.
Go to. You have known what you should not.
She has known what she should not, I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known.
Here's the smell of blood still. Will all the perfumes of Arabia not sweeten this little hand?
What a sigh is there? The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the whole dignity of the body.
Well.
Pray God be it, doctor.
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those who have walked in their sleep who have then died wholly in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. I tell you again, Banquo is buried. He cannot come out on his grave.
Even so.
To bed. There's knocking at the gate. What's done cannot be undone. To bed.
Will she now go to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their deaf pillows do discharge their secrets. God forgive us all. Look after her. Remove her from all means of annoyance. And keep eyes upon her. So, good night. My mind she has mated, and amazed my sight. I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
The English power is near. Landed by Melina, from the seaward to the good Macduff. But burns in them.
Near Burnham Wood shall I meet them. That way they are coming.
Does anyone know where Donald Bain's sister is?
For certain, madam, he is not. I have a file of all the gentry. There's Seaward's son, and many unrough youth that even now protest their first of manhood.
What does the tyrant?
Great gun to name. He strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad. Others that lesser hate him do call it a valiant fury. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murder sticking on his hands. Now minutely revolts upbraid his faith breach.
Those he commands move only in commands, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loosely about him, like a giant's robe on a dwarvish thief?
And who can blame his pestered senses to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there?
While march we on, to give obedience where it is truly owed. Meet we the medicine of the sickly will, and with him pour us into our country's purge, each drop of us.
Or so much as it needs, to do the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. Make we our march towards Burnham.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. Till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. What's the girl Melina? Was she not born a woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequence have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth, for none of woman born shall ever hold power over thee. So fly, false things, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear can never shake nor sag with fear. The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon. Where got thou geese look?
10,000, sir.
A geese, villain?
Soldiers, sir.
Go prick thy face and overread thy fear, thou lily-livered boy. What soldiers patch? Death of thy soul. Those linen cheeks of thine are counselors to fear. What soldiers wait, face?
English forces, so please you.
Take thy face hence! Satan! I am sick at heart when I do behold. Satan, I say! This push will cheer me now or deceit me ever. I have lived long enough, and that which should accompany me in old age, such as honor, obedience, love, troops, or friends, I dare not look to have, but in their stead, curses, not loud but deep, mouth honor, breath that the poor heart would fain deny. Satan!
What is your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I will fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me mine armor.
'Tis not needed yet.
I will put it on. How does thou patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as becoming fancies trouble her and keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased? Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow, and with some sweet oblivious antidote, cure that stuffed bosom that weighs upon the heart.
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physics to the dogs! I'll none of it! Doctor, the things fly from me. If thou couldst, cast the waters of the land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health. Fetch mine armor, give me my staff, and send out. I would applaud thee to the very echo. What rhubarb, chyme, or the purgative drug would scour these English ends? Hearst thou of them?
Aye, my good lord, your oil preparation makes us hear something.
I cannot be afraid of death and bane till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane.
Were I from Dunsinane, away from clear, profit should hardly draw me here.
What is this before us? But what of Burrow?
Let every soldier hew him down a bow and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our hosts and make discovery errand report of us.
It shall be done. We know nothing more, but that the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane and will endure our setting down upon it.
'Tis his main hope. For where there is advantage to be given, both more and less have given him the revolt. And none serve with him but constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censures attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time now approaches that we will with due decision to make us know what we should say we have and what we owe. Advance the war!
Hang out the banners on the outward walls. The cry is still they come. But our castle will laugh a siege to scorn, till the famine and the ague cling them. Hang out the banners! Go! What is that noise?
Scribe women, my lord.
There would have been a time where my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek. I have supped full of horrors, direness familiar to my slaughterhouse thoughts, and not once starts me. Satan, wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, she is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, brief candle! Life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard of no more. It is a tale of sound and fury, told by an idiot signifying nothing. Thou comest to use thy tongue, thy story quickly.
Gracious my lord, I shall report that what I say I saw, but not know how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burrow, and anon, I thought the wood began to move.
You liar!
Let me endure your wrath. If it not be so, among this 3 mile, may you see it coming. I say, a moving grove.
If thou speakst false, on the next tree shalt thou hang alive, into the famine fling thee. If thou speech be sooth, I care not if thou dost for me as much. Fear not, till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane. And now, a forest come to Dunsinane. Armed, arm and out. If that which she avouches does appear, there will be no flying tents nor tarrying here. I begin to be weary of the sun. Ring the alarm bell! Come wind, rack! At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Throw down and show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall with my cousin, your right noble son, lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff and we shall take upon us what else remains according to our order.
If you do but find the tyrant's power tonight, let you be beaten if you cannot fight.
Make all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath.
those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
Tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear like I must fight the course. Who's not a woman born? One am I to fear or none?
What is thy name?
Thou'lt be afraid to hear it.
No, though thou calls itself a name harder than any in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself could not pronounce a name more hateful to mine ear.
No, nor more fearful.
You liest, a born tyrant. With my dagger I'll prove the lie you speak.
Thou wast born a woman, and thy weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by one that's of a woman born.
That way the noise is. Tyrant, show thy face. If thou be slain, and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns, whose arms are hired to bear their staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or my blade I sheathe again undeeded. In this great clatter, one of greatest notes seems bruited. Let me find him, fortune, and more I ask not.
The castle is gently rendered, the people on both sides do fight, and the thanes do bravely in the war. There's little to do, and the day nearly professes yours.
We have met with foes.
Enter, madam, the castle.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword, when the lives I seek ashes do better for it?
Turn, hellhound. Turn!
Of all men else have I avoided thee, but get thee back. My soul is steeped too far in blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my dagger. Thou bloodier villain than terms can give thee out.
Thou losest labor! Let thy blade fall on vulnerable crests, for none of woman born am I to fear.
Spare thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee. Macbeth was from his mother's womb, untimely ripped.
Cursed be the tongue that tell me so. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and we will have thee, as our rarer monsters are, painted on a pole, and under writ, here you may see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Melina's feet, nor to be baited with the rabble's curse. Though Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane, and though thou oppose being a woman born, I will try at last and throw up my warlike shield. So lay on, Macduff, and damn be he that first cries, hold, enough!
I would hope the friends we miss are safe arrived.
Some must go off, but yet, by these I see, a day such as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing, and your noble son.
Your son, my lord, has paid a soldier's debt. He has lived but till he was a man. But like a man, he has died.
He is dead then?
Aye, and but off the field. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured by his worth, for then it has no end.
That is, hurts on the front.
Aye, on the front.
Then God's soldier be he. If I had as many sons as I do hairs on my head, I would not wish a fairer death on them. They say he parted well, and so his knell is nulled.
He is worth more sorrow, and that I would spend for him.
He's worth no more. They say he parted well, and so God's soldier be he. Here comes newer comfort.
Hail, Queen, or so thou art. Behold, where stands the usurper's cursed head. The time is brief. What? I see thee, compassed by thy kingdom's pearl, who speak my salutations in their minds, and whose voices I desire aloud with mine. Hail to our queen!
Hail to our queen!
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves and make us even with you. My thanes, my kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honor name. What is more to do, which would be planned to duly with time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad, who fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who has 'tis thought by self and violent hands took off her life. So thanks to all at once, and to each one whom we invite to see us crowned at Scotland.